board took a break to deliberate. We all waited in the hallway and nobody said much, but everyone was holding hands or hugging. When they called us back in, the head of the board announced they were granting Wang parole starting in 6 weeks with standard conditions, including an ankle monitor and staying 500 feet from any school. My legs almost gave out and I heard several parents start crying. That night, the watch met at Valerie's house and everyone was mad, but nobody was giving up. We knew the system had failed us again, just like it failed those 3 girls when Wang were ignored my kidnapping report. People started planning right away about how we'd handle his release and make sure he knew we were still watching. Stefan had to work, but he sent a text saying Wang would be released at 6 in the morning on a Tuesday through the back entrance of the prison. They were trying to avoid any media attention, but Stefan said he'd make sure we knew if anything changed. I went home that night and sat in Cecilia's room watching her sleep, thinking about how the system kept protecting Wang while my baby still woke up screaming some nights. The next few weeks were going to be about getting ready for his release, and making sure he understood that getting out of prison didn't mean getting away from what he did. The first thing I did was pack Cecilia's favorite stuffed animals and her pink backpack with the sparkly straps. My mom lived 3 hours away and hadn't heard about Wang's release date yet. I told Cecilia we were going for a special visit to Grandma's house and she could stay there for a whole week. She was so excited about missing school and getting spoiled by Grandma that she didn't ask any questions. The drive felt longer than usual and I kept checking my mirrors even though I knew Wang was still locked up. My mom took one look at my face when we got there and pulled me into the kitchen while Cecilia ran to the backyard. I told her everything about the release date, and she just nodded and promised to keep Cecilia busy with baking cookies and trips to the zoo. 5 days before Wang got out, Stefan sent me a photo of the ankle monitor that had just arrived at the prison. It was the cheap model the state used for low-risk parolees, and Stefan said it had dead zones all over town where the signal dropped. The thing looked like a big black watch, and Stefan said Wang had stared at it for 20 minutes when they showed it to him. Stefan also mentioned that Wang had been moved to a different cell block for his last few days because someone had left a note under his door. The note just said, "We're waiting," and Wang had gone straight to the guards demanding protection. Derek went to Wang's old gym that same day and signed up for a month-to-month membership. He started talking to the guy at the front desk about needing to get back in shape after his desk job made him soft. The desk guy mentioned that they still had some old lockers from members who never came back to clean them out. Derek asked if they ever checked them, and the guy laughed and said they hadn't opened the old ones in years. Wang's locker was number 47, and his membership was still being auto-paid from his sister's credit card. We spent the next evening at Valerie's house with a huge map of the town spread across her dining room table. Everyone had brought sticky notes, and we marked every single place Wang might go when he got out. His sister's house got a red dot, and so did the gym and 3 different grocery stores he used to shop at. The bars he went to after his shifts got yellow dots, and the restaurants where he ate lunch got green ones. Each location got assigned to different watch members who lived or worked nearby. Blake took the grocery store near the highway, and Rania said she could watch the coffee shop downtown from her office window. We had 25 people now and enough coverage to know where Wang was every minute of every day. Valerie showed us the script she'd written for her broadcast on release day,